name is John Eldridge. I'm one of the owners of Ledredge Outdoors, the makers of Real Weeds. We wanted to just take a couple of minutes and tell you a little bit about our company and how we got started. So I'm going to start with a little story. Many years ago, Mike and my brother Chuck and I were out fishing in South Dakota, ice fishing, and we were going after jumbo perch. And by jumbo perch, we mean 13 to 15 inch perch. These are monsters. And Chuck and I weren't having any luck. But Mike was sitting and catching perch out of his hole like crazy. I'm sure everybody's had that experience where you have the hot hole and you wonder what is going on. So we did what we could, and we dropped a camera down Mike's hole, and what we saw basically gave us the whole idea of our company. Right down below Mike's hole was one weed standing upright. It was dead, but it was a standing upright weed. Now all around the bottom, around that weed, the weeds were dead. They were laying on the bottom, and that's what happens in the winter in the Midwest. When this winter comes, the weeds die and they fall to the bottom and start their decaying process. But this one weed was surrounded by a school of perch, and that's when the idea hit us. What can we do, or what can we make to produce a weed to be able to put it wherever we want? And it's kind of like having a fish crib, but portable. And so that's what we did. We spent the next 2 years, Mike and I went to home decoration stores like Joann Fabrics and Michael's, and we were trying to find the weed that we could use or mimic or use as an example. But everything had flowers or beads or dyes or toxins and wires, and it just wasn't looking like we were going to find anything we could use. And then we went to a home decoration convention in Chicago, and talk about fish being out of water. Mike and I were not very comfortable there because we didn't know anything about this business, and it wasn't going well. And just by coincidence, as we were leaving this convention, we met a man who was a manufacturer of weeds, and we sat down with him, and over time we were to develop the perfect weed that was a very strong, durable plastic that could withstand very extreme temperatures, had no toxins or dyes in it, and it looks a lot like many of the weeds that are found in the Midwest in our lakes. This is what a real weed looks like. This is the 6-foot version. They come in 4 feet as well. They're buoyant, they float. When you get your real weeds, basically the first thing you're gonna do is attach a line to it. I'm just using decoy cord here, but a lot of people use fishing line, and in fact some people just use a spare ice fishing rod and attach them onto their line and drop them down. Each real weed comes with an ice-free float, and what you do is you put the line through your ice-free float, and when you drop your real weed down to the bottom, you're going to want this line to be fairly tight. So you just take a bobber and use it as a bobber stop, and so your ice-free float will be sitting in the water like this in your ice hole. Now, what's so neat about this ice-free float is that you don't have to clean out your hole throughout the day. Just let it freeze in. At the end of the day, you squeeze this ice-free float and pop it out, and it'll reveal an opening of water that your weeds can get through to pull them out, to take them out with you. You'll also need to grab a weight from your tackle box or whatever. I'm just using a weight. Each real weed comes with a little clip on the bottom. So I'm just going to open up this clip here and put the weight on there. So basically 4 ounces is plenty. Like I said, they're buoyant, so you got to weight them down. So drill some holes, put these down, drop them. You'll actually be able to feel it hit bottom. When it hits bottom, you can get the line a little bit tight and then you're set. You have yourself a fish attracting. And they come in 2 packs and 5 packs and 6 foot and 4 foot. So you can create different weed bed designs and fish around them. You can make an X, you can put these around your ice shack. And what's so nice is they're portable and they attract fish almost immediately. Fish need weeds to survive. That's where they get their food, that's where they find their shelter. Every weed in a lake is covered with insect larvae, so that's where the little fish go to get their food. The big fish know that the little fish are there, so they go to hunt. It's just like pheasants seeking out any kind of shelter or brush to hide in. It's the same thing for fish. So that's a little bit about how we got the company started and how to use real weeds, and it's just been very, very successful for many, many fishermen across the country. We're selling these actually to zoos and aquariums throughout the country. Most Cabela's aquariums have real weeds in them. So it's been a lot of fun, and we'll be posting some other videos on our Facebook page too, to show you a little bit more about them and some other products we offer. But if you have any questions, feel free to contact us at realweeds.com. We sell these only online. They're not available in any stores, and you can get those at realweeds.com. It's a great website. You can learn a lot more about these products as well. Thank you very much, and we'll be in touch soon.